Welcome to Kiss the Reviews. I'm Armando. That's Corey. And today we are doing 1988's The Great Outdoors. This movie was requested on Patreon by one of our OGs, Jim. And thank you, Jim, for this. In a week full of sickness and bullshit, this was a nice glimmer of humor and funniness in that sea of shit. So
you were correct.
Jim's a good guy. And if you want to join us on Patreon, look up Kiss the Reviews on Patreon.
It's a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun, and Corey will yell at you. But without further ado, let's do 1988's The Great Outdoors. This film stars Dan Aykroyd as Roman Craig, John Candy as Chet Ripley, Stephanie Faracy as Connie Ripley, and Annette Bening as Kate Craig. This movie opens with Chet and his family driving to a lake resort in Wisconsin for their family vacation. They get there, and everything is going just fine, as it would be being in a cabin in the woods in Wisconsin. Not for me, but it's going fine. Until they get an unexpected visitor. Roman Craig and his family and their video camera.
Yeah, this is a great intro. One, because replace the video camera with a phone, and it's literally exactly what happens today all the fucking time, I'm sure.
Yes.
Because everybody's sexed up monsters out there. You need to find the Lord. Thanks. But I love the setup here altogether, because you get to see them kind of like a Griswold-esque family, like all singing in the car, and every family. That makes me choke thinking about having kids.
Gross.
Okay, I think I'm better. But
okay,
yeah, you get to see them being the every kind of like middle-class family. They get to the cabin. The craziness starts immediately with the old man and his wife and their dog with the porcupine quills. So they're setting that up already, that this is just going to be a fucking ridiculous cabin resort-esque place.
Yeah.
You also get the guy driving on the hood of the car up to the cabin.
That's great.
Which is hilarious.
And if you've ever been to one of those like type of places, that is so true. Like I can see it in my head.
Yep.
Like,
no room for me? I'll just jump on the hood and guide you right on up.
I'm going to take you to the cabin. Start her up. I'm going to hop on the hood real quick.
Yep. Every time. And then the cabin still had fishermen there from a fishing party. So the fucking cabin, which is beautiful, is disgusting.
Yes.
And then you transition into like Connie and Chet's relationship, and how, like they're still down with each other even after 2 kids, which is like, dude, that thing is played out. That's what I heard anyway. I don't know. You're like, hey, Corey, I'm pregnant. I'm like, hey, new phone, who dis? Click. So I can't fund every abortion. That's insane.
No, you'd go broke.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes you just gotta fucking make lemonade and run the fuck away. But anyway, I digress. So the setup here is perfect. And then Roman showing up where you don't see anything but like his hand tapping on the steering wheel, and like then with the camera, and just so obnoxious. Where some people would be like,
from the get.
Maybe even just get the girls away from the door. They about to fuck.
Yes.
And just showing up and just being like, not caring that the girls are seeing none of it. It's just so.
No,
you set up everything in this 5-minute beginning so well.
No, 100%. And your first shot of Roman is the Mercedes logo.
Yep.
The Mercedes, the wheel spinning. You get the hands tapping. So you already know who he is. He's that guy.
Yep.
Whatever is up here, and seeing those like 3 shots of the car, you're right. It's 100%. You're on point. And he gets there, and obviously he's annoying from the get. So
Yep.
immediately Chet is annoyed with Roman. Roman likes to throw his money around. Chet is, salt of the earth kind of guy. And during the first night, Chet tells the scary story about the man-eating grizzly bear that he met face to face in that area on his honeymoon. And when everybody goes to bed that night, this is where we get the family of raccoons that raid the garbage cans that we see throughout the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And then Chet has to clean up the next day. But we also get, like, in these span of scenes, I do like the storytelling, but because a Chet, salt of the earth guy. My dad used to take me here as a kid. Like, I want to have that same experience with my kids. And we're gonna tell scary stories, and everybody gets all pissed off at him. And then he's cooking the hot dogs, and then you get Roman coming out, and he's like, "Oh no, we're gonna do fucking lobster tails," and it's like, dude, get the fuck. Like, I was annoyed with Roman here from the jump too.
Yeah, he completely hijacks. And you know what? If you know the end of the movie, you can now know what he's doing, which is he's playing that salesman role.
Yeah,
Like, I'm gonna grease your palm. This, like, I used to work for a mortgage brokerage for like 2 days.
yeah.
And like these fucking lenders would come in and just be like, hey, it's fucking 10 a.m. Let's go to the strip club for lunch. And you're like, what? And they just buy you like it's afternoon, like hand you money and be like, yeah, go ahead and get a lap dance. And I'm like, fucking no, it's the fucking 10 a.m. buffet shift. I'm not getting fucking herpes all over my goddamn jean shorts. I'm good.
And by the way, nobody wants to eat the chicken at the strip club.
No, that ain't chicken,
Gross.
bro. But anyway, so yeah, like these swarmy salesmen that come in with the lobster tails, and I'm paying for this, and I'm buying this, and we're gonna do all this. He's buttering him up, for the big push at the end.
Yeah.
Which, by the way,
Corey's life lessons.
Hi kids, Uncle Corey here. If somebody's doing all this for you, they want something in return.
Typically, yes.
Every single time.
Yep.
Nobody likes you that much. Because those lobsters, even back in that day, were expensive as fuck.
Dude, what did he say? He said like $28 a pound.
Yeah.
I think is what he says in the movie.
Were big ass tails.
Yeah. And I'm like, that's still expensive back then.
Yeah. Yeah. That's no joke. But on the flip side, you also get to see how Connie's kind of enjoying it. Like, she just kind of like, Chet is pissed.
Yeah.
Because as often happens, especially with your kids, or, your wife is getting lobster for the first time and you're like, oh, what? Like, we were going to do hot dogs and everybody was going to be just fine with it. Like, what the fuck is all this excitement now? Like, oh, we haven't had lobster in ages. Like, bitch, shut the fuck up. That's in-house stuff. Don't be talking about our money. You can yell at me to get a better job later.
Yeah.
But so, yeah, like this whole, like, watching Chet just fume over this whole situation and just having his whole vacation hijacked, and everybody to begin with liking Roman more is just, it's exhausting for him, and you feel for him. Unless you're Roman. If you're a Roman, you're like, what's the big deal? Fucking hot dogs are made of lips and assholes.
Yeah. Well, and both ladies in setting all this up, Connie and Kate are sisters. Yeah. So like Connie's kind of okay with them being there because she gets to spend time with her sister, which obviously they don't do a lot. So like she's okay with it. She knows Roman's a little douchey, but she's like, it's fine. I get to spend time with my sister. So I'm willing to let that slide.
Exactly.
And literally, again, until the end where everything fucking blows up.
Which always happens. I've been on so many family trips, and this always happens.
You were correct.
If you let shit slide for too long, shit ends up popping up. But I digress. The next day, the families go out to the lake for some water skiing because Roman didn't want to buy or rent the pontoon boat because that's for like the poors. So he wants to rent a speedboat. And we get the water skiing scene with Roman dragging Chet around the lake and Roman continuing to get on Chet's nerves, and Chet's ready to pack up and go home. And here's the thing. I get the whole I've been on a speedboat. I've been on a pontoon boat. They're both fun for different things. Like if you have a speedboat for the water skiing and yada yada, that's fine. If it's a speedboat, this is like a Miata on a lake. This isn't like Aykroyd is like at the waist up. He's like out of this fucking thing. It's like a go-kart on the fucking lake. Like that's not a speedboat. I'm
No.
sorry.
No. First off, that thing is awesome, and I would totally take it.
100%.
And if I'm gonna keep it a buck. Like, if I had money and I'm like, oh, we're gonna rent a boat. I love a good pontoon boat. I love just chilling on the lake and having a grill out there and shit. Like pontoon boats are amazing.
Yes.
But if I got a little extra cheddar, I'm gonna rent that one day. Like we'll pontoon boat tomorrow. I'm cool with that. We're taking this bitch out today.
Yes, a normal speedboat. I don't know what the fuck that is, but is it a speedboat? Sure. In the truest sense of the word, it goes fast on the water.
Yeah.
But like, I think my SUV is longer than that fucking speedboat is.
Yes. What, aside from the speedboat problem, the speedboat paradox, I love this scene because what they also do with Chet here through this movie is they never embarrass him.
Yeah.
Like he is phenomenal staying up on those skis. Like he's basically a professional water skier.
Yeah.
And so I like that it's not like, you know, Chet eats the old 96er and he pukes on himself. He can't water ski at all. Like they're not embarrassing him and making him look like an asshole.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just these situations he gets put into, which I think is what makes this movie so good and so charming. Is like Roman's not even set out to embarrass. Roman's impressed by him.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, as much as Roman can like another person, I think he envies Chet. You know, like you hear him listening to Chet talk to his kids about how it was just a fucking scary story with the bear and blah, blah, blah. And then he goes and tries to do the same thing, but he messes it all up. Like he wants to be Chet.
Yeah.
So I think that lends itself to liking both characters a little bit more and actually having a little more empathy for Roman at the end. Is he doesn't set out to humiliate Chet ever.
You were correct.
But he's not, you know what I mean? Like, he's not like, oh, I'm going to fucking show this guy who's who.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's just an idiot.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. And like Chet, after this whole like water skiing thing, he just gets super pissed. He wants to leave. Connie convinces him to stay.
Which
And
every
they
wife
go-
does in these situations. Again, this is so relatable because you're like,
Absolutely.
dude, I'm fucking done. I'm going to choke this motherfucker out. If I don't get out of this house, I'm going to the Holiday Inn. I will come over every day. Everything will be fine, but I'm getting the fuck out of this house. I cannot be in this house with this person. And your wife's just like, dude, it's a fucking day. Like,
you've met my wife. You know how many times my wife has talked me off the ledge?
I think
things?
like every time you're around other people.
But so yes, totally relatable. But they go, dude, and this is literally one of my favorite scenes because afterwards they go to the bar that night to celebrate the 109-year-old dude's birthday.
And I love too that at the end here, sorry, the setup is they're Roman's making goat cheese pizza and bringing it all to the cabana, the clubhouse, whatever the fuck they call them. And so again, you're demonstrating Roman's not a bad person. He's making fuck tons of goat cheese pizza, probably to show off a little bit. Yes. But he's also bringing it for everyone to eat. at this big party, and he's still going. You know, in Roman's world, what does he want to go do?
Personally, I'd rather see a 46-inch bust singing Burning Love.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, quoted that almost every time I've gone to a drag show.
Yes, absolutely. That's awesome.
Like somebody's like, "Oh, you still want to go tonight?" Yeah, I want to see a fucking 46-inch bust singing Burning Love, because objectively, that's amazing.
Absolutely.
But yeah, so like again, you're demonstrating here that Roman's not a complete shit ass.
Yeah.
But also in this, you're like, he's making what? Pizza. No, you didn't say pizza. What you said goat. Is he making goat pizza? Like, this is so funny how he's just, you get him back and then he's right back over, because he can't just make a fucking pizza. It's got to be
it's gotta
cheese pizza.
Yeah. Well, and the great thing too is, again, because now you get into Chet. Chet is like, oh, you know, because they're having the conversation. Why do you even want to go to this thing? It's a 109-year-old guy you don't even know. Like, whatever. And he was like, it's just a thing, whatever. We get there and the kids are there. They're like, oh, if I could sit on his lap, kiss him. And the guy who runs the place is like, motherfucker died on the way here. And he's like, dude, what the fuck? Like, he gets so pissed. Like, why would you even bring him in here?
This is a classic John Hughes staple. It's having the thing and everybody goes, oh, and it's so good, especially when he does it with the smaller kids in his movies.
Yep.
This is one of the better like comedy moments he always gets, and Candy going, wash, wash, wash.
Well, and you get that, and then afterwards, Chet does like the whitest white dude shit of all whites. And when they go see the bears, and he starts throwing the candy bars at the bears so they can get a closer look. And then the bears like climb up on his fucking car. And my favorite part about this, and we talked a little bit about it on the Patreon thing. The great thing about John Candy was the movies he was in, the shows that he did. The joke wasn't that John Candy was fat.
Yeah.
He just was a big guy. Here's the script. It has nothing to do with this. His reactions, and this is what I love about John Candy. The bears are on top of the fucking thing, and he's like, all right, we ready to go? He's like, I'm getting a little tired. And the kid's like, oh yeah, I'm getting a little tired too. And them backing up, and he's just like, hey, like looking at the other drivers, and just that nonchalant as two bears are on the fucking car backing out.
Yep.
It had me rolling the first time I saw this movie, and to this day, it's that little fucking scene that you could just write off, but just John Candy in that scene is fucking hilarious.
Same scene, different reaction for me. It's when he is first outside of the car and he has the Zag nuts and he's tapping them on the hood.
Yeah.
And then it, like the look on his face all of a sudden, like because the bears start coming, he's like, oh fuck. And he just throws the candy bars and gets back in the car. For me, I lose it every time. That's that kind of non-verbal shit that gets me every single time and can separate you from just a guy that's funny telling jokes.
Yes.
Like that shit that gets me every time.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
And you're right. This scene, like if you did want to encompass, if you did want to encompass who John Candy was, just play somebody this.
Yeah, no, the scene from when they get there to when they leave. Yep. That's John Candy. But we do get like the little like side plot of Buck meeting a local girl. They have their like little teenage romance.
Hated it. You can move right past it. I don't care. I'm not invested. I don't care. This is so dumb. First love.
This is one of those things that, like, not to be like you gotta throw into one of these movies. This movie didn't need it because everything else is so great. But this was almost like the like a National Lampoon's type of let's throw this thing in there.
Yeah, I get why you're putting all the camping experiences in. The crux of the story is Chet wanting to take his kids up there and have the same experiences he had when he was a kid, yada yada.
Yeah.
Totally cool. this is one of the cliched experiences that happens, whether you're at summer camp, whether you go out of town to a resort with your parents, whether you go to visit other family members in a new town or in a different state, whatever.
Yeah.
This is typically what happens, those summer romances.
What I
just don't care.
Yeah, what I did like, I'll say this, what I did like about this is they don't spend too much time on it. It's a little bit here, a little bit, it's just sprinkled in lightly. Some movies go a little bit too heavy into that.
Yeah,
Like when they make that turn, they stick there a little too long. This didn't do that. It was just like, boop, there's that, boop, there's that scene. You're good.
Yeah, this is the B plot. They had to have one, so they threw this in. It's just not good. I'll be totally honest with you. You're asking these two kids to carry this romantic summer love shit and watching it going for a John Candy, Dan Aykroyd vehicle. You've already lived that.
Yeah.
That you've already had that point in your life. So unless you're just like, summer loving had me a blast, I don't fucking care. You know what I mean?
So moving on, I think we actually spent more time on it than the movie did. So,
is it possible this story is true? Yes, it is.
So the families then do some go-karting, horseback riding, and other activities. And then they get some drinks where they meet Reggie, who has been struck by lightning 66 times.
66 times.
Got a whole Neo skunk thing going on there, huh?
Which this scene I really liked. It like it's such a it doesn't really get into the plot. It's not part of the plot. It's just a scene.
Yeah.
But I do like this scene for a few reasons. One, the whole Neo skunk thing. It shows Chet and Roman. And it shows Chet like literally almost at the edge where he's going to break because Roman's talking, they're getting more drinks. And then Roman's like, oh yeah, he's just look at this guy over here. And Chet is like talking to the bartender. He's like, yeah, this guy knows fucking everything. He knows everything about everything. He's got,
was that a shot?
Was that a shot? No, that was the truth. That was a shot. That was a shot. Speaking of shots, set us up.
Roman's in it.
Yeah.
He doesn't get it.
Yeah.
And
100%.
Chet is so over him. It's hilarious. And again, like the horseback riding scene, just everything is going wrong for Chet.
Yeah.
Which is, and if you've ever been in a bad vacation point with other family members, this is how it feels.
Yeah.
Even if it's not literally happening, this is just nothing is going right for you because this person's presence is all wrong.
It's a slow fall into hell. Like it's
exactly.
Nothing can go right. And it's not like everything goes wrong all at once. It's like this goes wrong, then this goes wrong, and you're like, Jesus Christ, what the fuck is like, and you just go, you're down this like barrel ride over the falls into hell. Like that's how that works. It doesn't all go wrong at once.
Vacation quicksand, buddy.
I think we just coined a new term. But and after this is where we get the bat scene when they're in bed, the bat attacks Kate, and then now they're all out. I did notice one thing, whether it's the scene after this with the old 96 or this scene, the family just runs outside willy-nilly. They're just like, I don't want to be a part of anything. We're just gonna go outside and stare through the fucking door while you guys handle shit.
I'm going to say something wild because we haven't talked much about it. I know you brought it up once, but the raccoons lend to the silliness of the family because you're already in a world of talking raccoons. They're being funny.
Yep.
They know human stuff.
Yep.
How to pick locks and shit. Like, so the whole idea of that just being in this brings a silliness that allows you to kind of understand, like the families go, and just running outside barefoot in the middle of the night. like it's not 30 times more dangerous outside.
Exactly.
But it like you get everything is so hyperbolized or exaggerated with how the normal reaction would be
Yep.
that I don't think if the raccoons weren't in this, you could have it sell as well. But allowing the raccoon silliness allows for the silliness of the bears, allows for the silliness of this, that, da 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 da, and just takes it away from being just like, it's a bad vacation. And by the way, this is one of my favorite scenes because the trash can helmet with the tennis racket, broom, and a flashlight duct taped.
Yes.
This guy chasing a bat in his house.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Listen, I told you the story when we had a snake out back that was like in a standoff with my cat.
Yeah.
And I had the pool skimmer.
Yep.
I'm 30 feet away from the snake, like, yeah. Like, I'm not going anywhere near that thing. I'm like, get me a long pole with something on the end, either trap it or catch it or hit it, or whatever the fuck.
And for no reason, I'm going to put on a sheet like I'm a Roman gladiator.
No, my favorite though was the trash can.
Oh, the trash can helmet's great. John Candy looks reasonable. Again,
yes,
he is what a normal person. He's got the rain jacket on. He's got a mask up, sunglasses on, like he's covered head to toe.
Yeah,
but not in this insane, like a bed sheet tied around your crotch, up to your neck and over your back. Yeah. A trash can helmet, and then the most tactical fucking baton I've ever seen in my life. That is 100% what I would be doing.
Yeah. John Candy's dressed like an ICE agent for Halloween. And then you have Dan Aykroyd, who's dressed like a 5-year-old who like wanted to play Star Wars in his basement. Like that's
exactly.
But the next scene is probably the most famous scene in this movie, but like it's one of the more memorable ones. We get to Paul Bunyan's Cupboard restaurant where the families go for dinner. Chet takes the old 96er challenge, which makes Buck late for his little date thing. That's where you get the little piece here with that. But he does the old 96er. You got Roman, who's trying to get more out of it, like, hey, throw in some hats and t-shirts, and if he eats the fucking fat on the thing. And you got John Candy getting sick, and then they go home, and this is where the raccoons literally rampage the entire house. There's trash all over the fucking place. John Candy gets sick, throws up, and the family runs out again.
Yep. Exactly. I love it so much. It's classic, and all I could think of really while I was watching this, before we break it down a little bit more, I think I could do an old 96er. You've seen me feed.
I have seen you feed.
I think I could tackle one.
Yeah, yeah. I think so.
I wouldn't shit for like 6 months, but I could do it.
Which is funny because if you look at the two of us and you had to guess which one, it would probably be me. But I think it's you. And the reason I couldn't do it, I get the meat sweats real quick. I eat a little too much meat and then I just start sweating bullets.
Oh, when that happens to me, I dip my meat in my sweat and eat it. It tastes like more meat.
You fight through it. You fight through it. I can't. It looks. I'll be honest. It looked fucking delicious.
It looks so good.
I'll say this about this scene, and for anybody who's seen this movie, after you saw this movie for the first time, if you go to any restaurant, somebody always mentions the old 96er. Oh, somebody,
especially if it's a steak place.
Yeah, forever. Mm-hmm. Anytime me and my family go to a place that serves steak, I don't care if it's an Italian restaurant. If it has steak, they're like, "Hey, the old 96er." Somebody has to mention it. Mm-hmm. Which, again, we've talked about this with Wayne's World. We've talked about this with a bunch of these movies, and especially in comedies. If these jokes go over years or decades now, like that's how you know. Like, I don't think that, John Hughes or whoever's writing these comedies, this one in particular, is writing the old 96 are like, you know what? In 40 years, people are going to be referring to the old 96er. You write it because you think it's funny. This scene will be great. John Candy will be good in this. That's how you write these things. But to have that longevity of a joke or a scene that still lasts is fucking amazing.
Dang. No, I love this scene almost from start to finish. One, again, knowing what you know about the end of this movie, Roman needs him to eat this dinner. He cannot afford, like, he has to have this dinner.
He's running short on funds.
Yeah. So that's one. Two, you still see, like, Roman's not trying to embarrass him. He's like sitting there supporting him. Like, one, I love that John Candy starts with like the small little bites. Like, oh, nice little steak. Just taking his time. And then you see Aykroyd kind of leaning back in his chair, like, nodding approval. Then listening on his stomach.
It's good. Processing nicely. Processing very, very nicely. All right, continue.
The whole scene and setup is so great to John Candy, like holding on out of fear that he has to eat more and it's all fat and gristle. And just so scared and like Armando, sweating, just pouring sweat and terrified.
The sweat in this scene was still like, to this day, every time I see it, I'm like, yeah, that's me. That's literally what I would look like, just drenched in sweat.
And then, of course, Aykroyd pushing it further, like, okay, he has to eat the gristle. If I can get a dessert down him, can you throw in? Like, he's fucking P.T. Barnum. Like, he's literally pimping Chet out at this point.
Yeah, 100%.
To make sure this meal is one, free, but two, all the kids still get the experience. Like, because every kid, when you went to one of these places, wanted a shirt or a hat or something from their fucking phony overpriced gift shop.
Yes.
This scene's perfect. It's just perfect.
So I got to ask this. Was this movie and this scene, did this kick off all of like, I don't know. I've never really run into food challenges. I'm sure restaurants have had them for fucking eons.
Sure, it had to come from somewhere.
Yeah, I never really seen them until like the Food Network shows that they would put out. And it's like, wow, we're going to man versus food. And we're going to go out, we're going to take all these challenges and yada, yada. Like now there's challenges fucking everywhere. I'm wondering if somebody watched this movie and went, man versus food. That's what we're doing. This old 96er challenge. I'm going to find every restaurant in America that does these. And I'm going there.
Yeah, this is the old 96er for me is like one of those underground rappers nobody's ever heard of, but the people that do know, like once you hear about them, it spreads like wildfire. And it just becomes, if there's copies, you've been inspired by this guy and you didn't even know it, yada, yada, yada. That's what the old 90s, like, to what you're saying, yes. I remember distinctly as a kid there being like, eat our 64-ounce steak at like specific big steakhouses.
Yeah.
Like not Sizzler, but also not like a really good classy steakhouse. Like right in between there. Those were the places that had those. But once this happened, yeah, dude, it was everywhere. Like eating more food became a thing. Like, how much can you really eat? It's like, well,
this is where like everything that has set up what's about to happen, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tensions finally rise where both couples let emotions boil over. They start to argue about Roman and Kate showing up uninvited. Roman and his family pack up and get ready to leave. Roman then tells Chet that he wanted to come up because he wanted to ask him for 25 grand for this can't miss investment. And after making Chet feel bad, Chet writes him the check.
He does so well telling this story too, because you hear it and you're like,
So good.
fuck. And
Yeah.
a guy like Chet, who is that nice every man who genuinely like feels guilty about doing things,
Yeah.
not us, but Chet. It's such a natural reaction where he's like, I'll give you the money.
Yeah.
I feel so fucking guilty.
Yeah.
And you like we're trying to give this investment. And this leans back to where he knows he's got Chet sort of on the hook with it when they're grilling the lobster tails. Because
Yeah.
he's telling him he can make 300%, 200%, or 100% off an investment. It's not a bit, but he's saying Dan Aykroyd is, I can do that. He's not going, I can get you into an investment.
Yeah.
He's just kind of dangling the bait in there a little bit, but not
Yeah.
really setting it. It's such a good swarmy fucking move.
It is.
Oh, this is so good.
It's such a good move. And because again, when you see people like Dan Aykroyd in this movie, and they're like the douchey people, and then they finally like, it's almost like you peeled back a layer of the onion, and they're like, listen, I got feelings too. Yeah, I know, like I'm the big douchey guy and I'm the know-it-all and yada yada, but I got feelings too. And when you say shit like that, that hurts. That hurts right here.
Dude, when he said that, I was like, oh, I will never forget the first time I saw this. I'm like, oh shit, like he's just a little obnoxious. He's okay.
Yes. And
like
he
I
sells it
started
so
making all
well.
the excuses for him. Like he's my favorite quarterback. Like, you don't know what his wife said to him before he hit her.
Dude, absolutely. He sells it so well.
Yes.
And so Chet writes the check, and Roman and the family leave, but they turn around and head back because Roman feels bad. So when they get back, Roman explains that basically he's broke because of some bad investments, and that's why he came up to the cabin so he can hit them up for money. And so you get that whole scene too.
Yeah.
On the flip side, which explains everything. And then it just spills into this whole like thunderstorm where the twins go missing.
And I love how he's like, hey, the camera's on them as like a 2-shot.
Yeah.
And it's like, you remember, that story I told about our wedding? He's like,
so
yes, I made it up. He just I made it up.
And by the way, that story about you and your brother in the can at the wedding, I made it up.
The great part about that is because when he tells the story and you're like, fuck, Jesus Christ, like that's terrible. And it's one of those things. And again, you could tell that Roman put some thought into it. Like, oh yeah, he was drinking that night. He was drunk. It was however many years ago that happened. He's never going to remember whether he said this or did that or fucking whatever. So he says it and you're like, oh God, like, yeah, Chet, salt of the earth. I know he doesn't like Roman, but like, yeah, he probably did say that shit. Like,
Yeah.
And Chet's like, yeah, I probably did say that shit. I don't remember it, but yeah, I probably did say it. To have him turn around and be like, yeah, I made that whole thing up.
Yep.
Like, that's when you're like, and that fucking sends fucking Chet through the roof.
I'll do a deep dive here. I will go so far as to say this did actually happen to Roman somewhere in his life. It wasn't at his wedding. It wasn't Chet. It wasn't Connie's dad. It wasn't anything like that. It could have been at work. It could have been wherever. But the way he tells that story and the way his voice cracks when he's like, you better check under the stall for feet. It's like, dude, somebody said this shit to you before.
Yep. Oh, 100%.
100%.
Absolutely.
So good.
But we get the thunderstorm here. The twins go missing, the twin girls. They fall down like the little mine shaft or whatever the fuck. That is poorly roped off. We'll say that. It's not very secure area.
No. And God was trying to do this family a favor by ditching those kids down a mine shaft.
100%.
This isn't baby Jessica we're talking about here.
No, not at all. But Chet and Roman go out to rescue the girls. Roman actually gets the girls out of the mine. Chet doesn't know. He throws down the rope to help. You get the bald-headed bear that he told the scary story about. It snags the rope, comes out of the shaft, and chases Chet through the woods to the house. And again, another very quotable line that I've used randomly throughout my life. Big bear chase me.
Big bear chase! Big bear chase!
What is he saying?
What? Big bear chase me!
This is so good.
The whole scene with Chet, and they're like sitting on the boxes of dynamite, like in the bottom of the shaft, and he's like, let's get us the fuck out of here. And he actually becomes the good father that he wants to be, and he saves his girls. And then John Candy just mistakenly like doesn't see them, doesn't pass them in the woods.
Nope. It's so, the whole thing is just the crux of them as the odd couple.
Yeah.
Like, this is literally what we've been building to, this whole, a real moment. Roman actually does step up and acts more like Chet. And Chet just keeps fucking up.
Yeah.
And the bald head bear being a real thing. You don't know really if Chet told a story or not.
Yeah.
So that being a real thing is fantastic. And then, of course, Big Bear chase me. And then the setup throughout the rest of the movie of Chet being up against the door, getting knocked down, getting back up while the whole bear thing is happening, and just putting the door back up.
Yeah.
Paying no attention to anything that's happening around him, leaning back up against the door, only to have it knocked down again by the guy who owns the lodge. The lamp shotgun. That's so a lamp. Good. Yeah, but it's loaded, and he plugs it in. All fucking insane. So
good. It's fantastic.
Dan Aykroyd's facial expressions with the bear, like when the bear's growling, all standing, just top to bottom. This is great. You see Roman though actually protect Connie because she's about to get eaten the fuck up. Connie and the kids are about to get chewed up, and Roman steps in and saves Chet's wife. So that's going to lend a little bit more on the future and how they all start to get along. And then, of course, the hilarious scene of John Candy taking the gun and shooting his butt off and his just bare ass cheeks running out. Oddly enough, I think I know why George Massimio casted you for that nude scene a couple months ago, because your ass was in this motherfucking movie as a stunt double for the bear, wasn't it?
It was.
Bingo.
It was. Good call.
Yep. So I recognize that ass anywhere, especially all those moles you got on it.
You gotta get those removed.
Yeah.
Gross.
So gross. But no, this scene is just, the chaos in it is perfect. Roman having to step up from start to finish through here. He's a totally different person now. Chet giving him a little more room, and like we're on good terms. Like we're starting over.
Yeah.
I think was really cool. And to me, the best part is the end, right before the Wilson Pickett starts, where it's Chetley, Buckley, get in the goddamn car. He's going to beat us home. Like,
well, my favorite part about that, because you get to the end and, it's the next morning and both of the families, they're parting ways. Everybody's on good terms. Everybody's good. And then the last words that Roman says to Chet are race you home. And Chet's like, race you home. And then it sets in and he was like, why the fuck would he say that to me?
Yeah.
And that's when Connie starts to explain, well,
he's
they're
going to get the good spot in the garage. She's even in on it. Like everybody knows what Roman's going to do, and they've just accepted that's who he is now.
Yep. Yep. And then they all get in the cars and they race home, and we get the credits where you have the raccoons make a little bit of a comeback here. You see the raccoons, you see fucking Dan Aykroyd at the lodge dancing his ass off with all the other drunkies. And
by the way, when I said this was trauma inducing, this is why. Because if you don't think I had to learn every single dance mentioned in Land of a Thousand Dances, you're fucking insane. Every single one of them. And by the way, I was watching this the other day with somebody, and I brought that. I said, I had to learn every single dance to this. And they're like, well, do you still know them? I'm like, of course I know them. They're not fucking hard. Well, do it. All right. I can still Watusi with the best of them.
Okay, I'm gonna hold you to that.
Lucky me. If I could only go to prom in 1959. My life.
Well, aside from your trauma, your childhood trauma around this movie,
Yep.
I love this movie. I loved it the first time I watched it. I loved it the next 20 times I saw it. I'm glad Jim on Patreon requested it because when you have some requests that aren't, of movies that aren't, we'll call them the greatest.
Caribbean. Sorry,
good.
Dude, I had a tickle in my throat.
I get that tickle a lot. To have one of these movies come up, A Wayne's World, this, Jaws, like we've had a few come up in the past, I don't know, a few months that you're like, yeah, well, like it's a palate cleanser, especially with a comedy. And I think I said it in the Patreon piece. God damn, I miss John Candy. He was so fucking funny. I loved him in even the little bit parts that he had.
Yep.
And like Home Alone or whatever. Yep. Like these little tiny bit parts that he would just pop up in. I absolutely love him. And I'm like, fuck, the world missed out. Like younger people that didn't grow up with John Candy, you're just missing out. You got to go back and revisit all this shit.
Yeah, he was, he was the best, whether demons or not, it doesn't matter, quite frankly, because, if you're in entertainment, you have to make it to be about 60 before your demons are all out of your system. It's just the way it is. Everybody that pursues a life of fucking being looked at has something fucked up in them, for sure.
Yeah, 100%.
That being said, though, he's just one of the most likable on-screen people ever. And all the cameos you mentioned, all the times he pops up, whether he's the lead, supporting, or just pops up, he brings a smile to your face when he comes on screen.
It seems very genuine and easy.
Yeah.
For him.
Yeah, he was just very believable. And one movie I would recommend everybody go watch. Two things. One, Amazon Prime has a John Candy documentary coming out sometime in October. Check that out because that's going to be amazing if you're a John Candy fan. Two, one of the most underrated comedies John Candy was ever in is a very low budget movie called Summer Rental. Highly recommend you go watch that if you haven't seen a lot of John Candy, because he is perfect in that movie.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more. I think we'll end it there. Do you have anything else?
I do. Let me loosen my jaw for this fucking thing.
All right, do your thing.
Hey, come and check out come over and check out our podcasting network home, calibrationmediagroup.com. You can find Kiss the Reviews there, ad-free. Not really, because you still got to go to YouTube, but fuck off. Just go to the website. Anyway, you can find Kiss the Reviews there. We have Six Rings and Counting, which is a Pittsburgh Steelers show now that football is kicked off. We have
other shows?
Yeah.
Other shows, okay.
You hit that a little late. That's okay. We'll work on your timing. We also have Backstage Buckeye, which is a great look at life after football for some of the best collegiate players ever that played at The Ohio State University. And we have another show on calibrationmediagroup.com. And this one is for the
ladies.
Good job. You hit your mark. Called Fashion at 50. Great program for anyone looking for style or, just a female voice to enter your life that's not one of ours. I don't know. I lost it somewhere in there. But anyway, long story longer, go over to calibrationmediagroup.com where you can check out all of the fine shows and much more.
Yeah. That's it. And that's all we got. Thank you guys for joining us for another great review. And for Corey, I'm Armando. This is Kiss the Reviews. And this was 1988, The Great Outdoors. Big Bear, chase me.